I'm not supposed to win, but that's how it's always been. I think for me in my career, I've always been the underdog. I think when you look at the guys that I consistently compete against now, there aren't too many who are a 1 or 2 time state qualifier, walked down to a Division I program, weren't really recruited by any brands, took 3 years after college to sign their pro contracts. Like, I've always kind of worn that as a chip on my shoulder that I've worked my way into this position.
Drake's Reed Fisher was the individual champion.
Trying to hold off Fisher. Fisher looks to make the move.
Reed Fisher, 2:11:34 for 9th.
And a Drake athlete coming down the home stretch, searching for that school record in front of his home crowd.
We're doing this cycle where it's like I guess it's a 14-day cycle. So on week 1, on Wednesday, I do a harder like interval session, and then, okay, scratch that, I already screwed it up. On Tuesday, I do a harder interval session, and then Friday, I do a long run with marathon pace work in it. And then on week 2, which is this week, on Monday, I do marathon pace reps. On Thursday, I do faster, like half marathonish pace reps, and then today, Saturday, I just do a easy time on feet, like moderate effort long run. So today we're doing 23 miles. We got Brogan Austin, the man, the myth himself, joining us for 16. He's just getting into some training himself, so nice to have some company for a good chunk of it. Then we'll have Mark on the bike and Paxton on the bikes. We got a good little crew out there today.
Brogan Austin, Old Man Running Club, best friend Reed. I know Reed for way too long.
Over a decade now.
Yeah, I
12 years.
I knew Reed when he was scrawnier than he is now. He's still a scrawny boy, but in college he was a scrawny boy. Ran together at Drake University.
U.S. marathon champion. Also, a story that Brogan likes to tell is that when I showed up as Drake as that scrawny kid, I told him I was going to break his school records. Yeah. He was like, the hell you are.
Yeah.
You walked onto this team.
Yeah. Well,
and then after 4 years, I had broken his school records.
Yeah. I definitely didn't think that was going to happen. But the kicker is he told me that after I think I had lapped him in a race.
Yeah.
In the 5K, he'd run like a 15:30, and I'd run like, I think I like ran, I don't even know, 14 flat or something like that. So it was wishful thinking at the time, but
yeah.
Now he crushes me.
Workout. Yeah, after volleyball. Yeah. I feel kind of sore. Half probably. Basically just a lap. No, this is 2020. Yeah. So I raced in the 20 trials. Who knows? But it's all. Yeah, so we're 6 weeks out, so mental preparation is really starting to become, honestly, more the name of the game. For the first half of this build, it was kind of just getting fit and putting in the hard yards of feeling kind of shitty a whole lot. And when you're in that headspace of just getting into shape, it's really hard to get your mindset super locked into. Like, you just kind of feel down on yourself when you're not hitting the workouts the way you want to. So at this point, the mindset's shifting from, okay, you might be out of your league thinking you can go compete for a top 10 or better at a world championship, and now that mindset really starts to turn to this, hey, you belong, you're prepared, you're putting in the work as much as anybody else, so start to believe in yourself. As we've seen in the past, like, I'm not someone who goes into these races as an odds-on favorite to win, certainly, probably not even to podium, maybe not even to finish top 10, and so to me, I keep a note in my notes app of how much better I've outperformed my seed going into a marathon in every race, and I think the average is somewhere around 6 to 8 places higher than I go in seeded, so I think we're coming on right when we need to, and yeah, just excited to be getting towards competition here.
So Reed, everybody's just talking about all those cool water bottles you use when you're working out and running. So I was wondering if you could tell me about the water bottles you use.
Oh, good timing, Paxton, because I'm just about to pull them out of my backpack. Yeah, they're Hydropack bottles, so these ones specifically are their polar insulated bottles. I've been starting to use these more because they're insulated, and I think in Tokyo that's going to be nice. I'll be able to keep my fluids like pretty ice cold, which should help keep my core temp down. In past marathon builds, I've used their tempo bottles, which are more like run specific. So depending on your needs, if you're strictly trying to run, I would go for the tempo bottles. They're a little bit easier to like hold on to. They're nice and skinny. But if you're kind of wanting a one-size-fits-all water bottle that can work well for running or biking or just bopping around town, the polar bottles are nice. They're all Hydropack. Perfect time is, I'll switch shoes.
Do you ever buy special insoles?
No, I do have metatarsal pads in here. That's like the blue foam things slapped onto the insoles that you may have seen.
What are metatarsal foams?
Pads. As you may have noticed, I'm a very toey runner, very forefoot heavy. When I was a track runner, I ran the Stanford Invite in 2018, the 10K. And I got done and thought I'd broken my foot because the ball of my foot was in so much pain. And so I went and saw Mark Platches, and he cranked on the area that was really hurt. I was like, well, you've bruised the head of your metatarsal because you're such a toey runner that you've split the fat pad that's supposed to cover the heads of your metatarsals by just landing right there over and over. Now it's just split, so your bones are basically just skin protecting them, and you bruised your bone pretty bad. So it's gonna take a couple weeks until it doesn't hurt anymore. Every second matters, so I have to think about every second. The marathon is just comprised of what feels like hundreds and thousands of little micro decisions that you're making. I think tactically, the moment that I can't get out of my head is really just the last basically 6 miles. We're gonna come off of a bunch of little out and back sort of loops and start heading back to the stadium, which is where the finish is, and it's a little bit net uphill basically from mile 20 to the finish, and I think that's when a lot of the moves that are going to matter are being made, and also a lot of the carnage is going to start for the guys who bit off more than they can chew. So I think that to me is where I'm going to make my hay, and a place that I just start visualizing a lot is that last 10K, just picking guys off, moving up through the field, and hopefully being as full a run as one can be after 20 miles in 80-degree Tokyo heat.
Well, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are we doing this morning?
We're doing pretty well. It's kind of a smoky day here. We're getting some wildfire smoke, so we're gonna warm up, see how the body feels. If I feel real bad, then I'm gonna drive home and work out on my treadmill, but should be okay. Hopefully we're in good shape. Coach, 25 by 400?
20 to 25. We're
20 to 25 by 400.
In lane 8.
In lane 8. Probably what, 107 meter jog between reps then?
No, we'll
we
just,
start and
we'll
stop at the
just,
same place?
because we're going to use lane 8. The stagger's pretty big. You'll just jog past and then come back. Okay? And then that way Austin can just walk the stagger for his recovery.
It's like we're doing workouts and
It's going to be I got a miler, a
Walking,
marathoner, and a 5K, 10K guy working out together. They're all going to get something different out of it.
we help each other here.
Godfather overseas.
It's gonna be a great clip of my key flopping around. Are we ready? Fish out. Boogly, boogly, boogly.
Mark, you want to kind of tell us what's going on with the air right now?
Yeah, the air quality is really bad, and we thought we could get in and work out a double T workout, the first one before it got really bad, and they're all struggling. They can taste it, they can feel it. So yeah, it was a rough morning, and it's getting hot as well. So we're going to cut a little short, work out a little short, and that's okay. We'll do this afternoon's workout on the treadmill. We're going to do Ks, threshold Ks this afternoon, so hopefully I'll feel a lot better.
All right, that's a wrap on the workout. Just finished the cool down, 15 miles total. Nice little mileage day. I'm flying out for a family reunion tonight, so probably no double, so just trying to kind of front load the week. But be back in a few days, going to middle of nowhere, Illinois. I'll have a lovely 25-miler while I'm gone, so stay tuned for that. It'll be a treat. I know for myself, like one of the promises that I made myself in my career was that I wouldn't turn down the chance to represent Team USA whenever I could. I think it's one of those things that when you're, in your 60s and telling your kids and your grandkids about your old glory days, it's just such an easy thing to point to and say, yep, like I'm really proud of the fact that I was good enough and had the honor to represent my country and my loved ones and myself internationally, and especially in a world championship where you're truly towing the line with some of the best runners in the world. It's just a huge honor. Looking back at where I was at that point in my life and now being in this place where I'm on my third US team, it's equal parts humbling and gratitude, but also like validation and hard work, and honestly just proving to myself that I am capable of being the runner that I've been working to be for the last decade plus. So yeah, it's really cool, and I would hope that younger me would be scratching his head like, how the hell did I go from a 24-minute 5K in my first ever 5K race to running 15-minute 5Ks 8 times in a row to compete at a world major marathon. So yeah, lots of progress to be proud of for sure. It's a cool moment.